right, how are you, everybody? This is Peter Vekselman with Partner Driven. On the other side, I have my partner, Stanley Oliver. Stan, how are you, my friend?
Good.
Good, good, good. Well, listen, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad we got a deal going. I'm glad we got a bunch of activity. It's looking good all the way around. I'm glad you're able to negotiate that deal even lower before closing. So, a lot of things on this deal have moved the needle in our direction. But let's start from the beginning, okay? First of all, what is the address of the deal we're talking about that we're doing right now?
2616 Whitehall Avenue, Anderson, South Carolina.
I love it. I love it. Well, Stan, obviously by now I've gotten to know you. The team here has gotten to know. But for the people that are going to be watching this that do not know Stan, tell us a little bit about yourself. What did you actually do before you got into Partner Driven, and what are you still doing?
I still work at Bosch.
But again, let's bring people up to speed. First of all, how did you find this deal initially?
Well, actually, it come from my business card, and I put them out just everywhere. I just try to follow instructions of what Partner Driven gives me.
So, what was the reason the seller decided to sell this property to us?
He was tired of fixing up, and he had an idea, or maybe he was going to move out of state, and he didn't want to get caught with the situation of I may move out of state and I'm stuck with my house.
Yeah. So let's talk about the numbers. We ended up buying it for 92,000, correct?
Right.
And we had it in the market right now for, is it 154.9, or am I getting that number from, is that the wrong
It's 157.8 as of
one?
this point.
157.8. I got it. So that's it's about a 60 some thousand dollar profit. You can't argue with that on the first deal. Um Talk a little about some of the challenges we had along the way from the time that you had it under contract. All kind of just what were some challenges we ran into?
The start out, he was asking 130.
That's right.
And when I done my buy box, and I was like, ooh, ooh, ooh. Then when I talked to the guy they call Peter, which is you, Peter said, man, can we get it on the about 120, 110? I was like, he seemed to be set on 130. So I kind of walked him until 120. Then you say, can we get him at 100? I said, well, let me go back to him. So we doing what we do.
You know, it's not often that you tell somebody, but it just shows how rewarding this business could be. But it's not very often you ask for 100 and they're like, "Well, I'll go to 92."
Yeah,
That's
and I jumped out of the bed so quick.
that doesn't happen very often, but it does happen. Now, and that was just at the inception of the deal. That was before we even ended up buying the deal and doing what we needed to do to the deal and all this. Talk a little bit about how we here and the team here at Partner Driven has been able to help you along the way with this deal. Have we been helpful?
The scale from 1 to 1,000, it only could be 1,001. And just yeah, it's amazing how you just hold me up, the whole group. And I don't want to call all the names because I don't want to miss somebody. But Partner Driven Group in general, just diligently, the team. Like I said, I don't want to call the names, but the back end group, the contracts, the emails, helping you email, helping you how to go into the app, telling you what to do. So those things matter, and I keep making notes, so I won't have to bother you so much. But I know
Well,
you got me.
I tell you, it's never a bother working with someone like you. I mean, the bottom line is this, and really just listening to you talk, you're the perfect example of exactly what we're looking for. You're coachable, you're humble about success, meaning you understand that we know what we're doing. You're a great student of the system, very forthright with what's taking place out in the field, incredible at following instructions. I mean, you kind of almost joked around about the instructions I was giving you in terms of getting the price down, but you were brilliant at following them. So that's a huge piece to success. Stan, there's gonna be some people watching this that are kind of at the crossroads. They're considering of potentially working with us here at Partner Driven, doing deals just like you and I are doing right now. but they may not be sure. They might not be sure. Is it worth it? Is it, do we actually do deals? Do we actually close on deals and stuff like that? For a second, talk to that person that's kind of at a crossroads trying to figure out if it makes sense to partner with us and do some deals.
Well, it took me a year, but I went at it every day. I come in this office every day at 8. A lot of times I did not want to do it, but the only way you're going to get the deal is continue to try. All the information Partner Driven gives you, go for it. If you have any question, call Partner Driven.
Well, and I tell you, I love the attitude. I've already mentioned how I love the coachability, just the ability to be humble all the way through the process. So I too, along, and I'm sure I could speak to everybody here, Stan, could tell you we're all looking forward to a lot more and many more. So kind of as an exit question, this is an easy one. You ready to do more deals?
Every day, all the time. Now, if I could make it happen where we can do 2 deals in a day, that may sound greedy, but it's not out the picture.
Let's go do it. Let's go crush it, Stan. Love, love working with you. Thank you, my friend.
All right. Be blessed.